I quit everything, right? Travel the world, and the first place I go is Cape Town. I probably could have picked the worst city to go to first because you never want to leave afterwards.
That's true.
God damn it. Cape Town is an absolutely unbelievable, remarkable... There's not enough words I could use to describe how amazing and how much I love this city. Since my channel is all about travel and in the hopes of inspiring you guys to travel, get out and explore the world, there also has to be the reality part of it as well. I do have the obligation and the responsibility to not just show you all the amazing, incredible experiences you can have and by telling these stories, but I also have a responsibility to tell the stories of the real problems that are affecting different destinations around the world. And right now Cape Town is facing a very serious, very real problem with the water. This city, in fact, is actually running out of water. They're calling it day zero, the day when the city could actually run out of water. I had the opportunity to sit down with a local business owner. Since my channel is all about travel, I figure who better to talk to than someone who's in the industry as well as I am. So I had the pleasure and good luck of chatting with Nolene. Nolene is the owner of the home-based backpackers hostel here in Cape Town on the corner of Long and Strand Street. Absolutely fantastic hostel. You might recognize it from my earlier videos. Now, I had the chance to sit down with Nolene and discuss how the water crisis is affecting the tourism industry as well as everything that she possibly knows about the water crisis here in Cape Town. So, since my travel series is all about travel, what better place to ask about a water crisis in a major city than a person who owns a backpacking hostel here in the city, facing quite possibly what people have called a very, very serious situation. So I am joined here by Nolene. She is the owner of the home-based backpackers hostel here in Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you so much for answering a couple of my questions.
It's a pleasure.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and how long you've been here in Cape Town.
Okay, so I've been in Cape Town for 10 years now, and in this particular spot with this hostel for 2 years.
The months leading up to me coming to South Africa, I did catch wind that there is a water problem in Cape Town, but it wasn't until I arrived that I actually seen and got the proper information about the water limits. When I arrived on November 19th, the numbers that I seen was that every person in Cape Town, every resident, is allotted 80 liters per day.
But we are having the worst drought that we've had in 100 years, and the last time our dams were full was just over 3 years ago. So it's been a quick decline since then. There's been, sort of information going out to people to please save water. The first regulations that they brought in sort of didn't affect quite a lot of people in their normal lives. Sort of the first thing that they cut was like filling up of pools, and it was then that some of the people in the suburbs actually started to take this a little bit seriously, but still lots of water, for personal use. So I think half the problem is that we get most of our rains, just about all of our rain in winter, and so what happened was everyone was holding out thinking that last winter the rains would come after 2 dry years and that we would be okay. And that, I think, is why a lot of people were sort of lethargic about trying to save water, and that did not happen. So what happened was, I think not that long ago, a lot of people in Cape Town started to wake up to the fact that this was much more serious than they thought it would be. And so up until then, a lot of Cape Townians had not even tried to save water. And so now, actually it was up until a short while ago, I went to a talk 2 weeks ago where they said at that time only 50% of the people in Cape Town had cut down on their water consumption. But now in the last 2 weeks there's been so much publicity. We've had a new set of management come in to manage the water crisis. They've been doing a lot more, of telling the people about it. So in the last 2 weeks, actually, the people have started to take it serious. But we're already in a terrible situation where if we don't keep on saving, then we are going to have our taps cut off. And now we just have to find ways to deal with it, and to carry on with our lives and try and keep the city running, because I mean Cape Town is hugely driven by tourism, and yet we've already felt it, because up until a short while ago, as you mentioned, when you got here, you weren't aware of it until you got here.
Yeah.
And even then, you weren't, hugely aware of it. You didn't know all the facts. It was like South Africa's little secret, in my opinion, until at the beginning of this year, it hit the international headlines. So suddenly it was on all the news feeds around the whole world. And then, of course, tourism then suddenly started to feel the pinch. So we started off our season fantastically, which starts in sort of October. So we had fantastic November, December. Suddenly this crisis hits the headlines. And I'm not saying it's not a good thing that it did,
Yeah.
But it unfortunately, then a lot of people that were considering traveling to South Africa have now changed their minds.
Was there a lot of discussion amongst local business owners saying, anyone think we're going to have a problem in a couple years? Like, we didn't get much rain last winter and there's no more new dams being built. Were people starting to get aware and thinking ahead?
Yeah, I think that people that use a lot of water, industry that uses a lot of water, they have been concerned about it for a long period of time. The people in the know, the people that have been following the whole water situation in South Africa, knew that Cape Town was heading for a bit of a disaster. So the city of Cape Town has been requesting for over 17 years for the national government to do something, because it's the national government that needs to do the big things like build a new dam.
Yes.
The city of Cape Town does not have the resources to do that, nor is it their mandate in our constitution for them to do that. So, that they do not have to supply the bulk water. Obviously now that the central government has not stepped in and we are at this critical time, the city has put in money now. So within the next 4 to 5 weeks, the first desalination plant will come on in Cape Town. So that will obviously supply a nice big bulk of water to us.
That's the first of 2 you mentioned to me before.
Yes. So there's another one that I think will be coming on not too far after that. So I think they're going to be starting to operate quite close together. And then the city's doing other things now. They've started to drill, and we have, Cape Town has a lot of water, a lot of underground water, and our water table is very, very close underneath our ground.
It's just a matter of
getting
more wells down to the water resource.
Yeah. Obviously, the city is now starting to put laws into place that will help with water consumption in the future. Like all new buildings have to have JoJo tanks and ways to catch water and all of that. So
just more efficiency,
absolutely.
More environmentally friendly, so there's less waste and more recycling and reusing of water.
So for me, that's the positive thing of this drought, is that it's going to help us in the future.
Yeah, a little bit of a crisis, but out of the dark of a crisis, it is moving forward. There are new advancements, and it's getting them to think more environmentally friendly and more efficiently, with the actual water crisis, so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, definitely. So for the future, if what the experts say, we're going to keep on getting drier in Cape Town, then it's definitely will be a positive thing, and it's made people think, and I just want people to know, the tourists to know, that we still need them to come. They mustn't not come.
And it's not that. Don't worry, Cape Town does have water. There's just a restriction. It's not that we're out of water. Don't worry, you will be able to get a glass of water or a bottle of water. It's not that issue. It's just that right now, just be aware, and that it's almost having an effect like responsible tourism now. And the way I look at it is that as soon as I got here with the water restriction, it was very quick showers. Turn the tap on long enough just to get a little bit wet. Shampoo, body wash, all in one go. A little bit of water, soap in my eyes. Don't wash it out. Keep going, and off. Okay, done. There's still soap in here. Don't care.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And when the city has always calculated that they'll need water for tourists. So it's not like they are saying there is no water for tourists to come in. There is. They've calculated it. A lot of our hotels have their own water supply. Even a lot of our backpackers actually have their own water supply. Some of them have had their own water supply for years, and others it's relatively new, with boreholes and wells and stuff like that. And the city has also promised to keep all the major tourism places open and water supplied to them. So, I mean, we need the tourists to still come. We just need them to be careful when they get here.
And be aware.
I think a lot of the hotels and B&Bs and backpackers, they're spending a lot of time telling their guests about it when they get here so that everyone is aware. You know, replacing of the old shower heads with low flow shower heads.
Low flow toilets,
Yes.
recycling collection points, everything.
And like, for example, I bought 2 washing dishwashers instead of each guest washing their own dishes, because 9 times out of 10 it's a couple of dishes and they want to do it under running water. So
That adds up
very quickly.
You never think about it when a person says 80 liters of water a day per person. Now when I think about that, I probably drink 4 liters of water. And if I can drink the tap water, I absolutely will drink the tap water. And like Cape Town, very clean water, and I drink tap water as often as I can just because of the plastic. So I do quick math in my head. Okay, I did not shower today. All right, there's saved water. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. That old golden rule.
Yes.
Been abiding by that.
Good.
Yes.
Well done.
And like 2 drops of water on my toothbrush to brush my tooth. I'd like to think that probably every business owner here in the center of Cape Town would be as responsible as your business has been. As you've treated the problem, you're treating it with the utmost responsibility and respecting the allowance and the regulations now, because if the entire city doesn't, then what the hell is the point?
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, this has been the problem with only, half the people up until a short while ago actually saving water. If those other half had been saving water for the last 6 months, we wouldn't be even talking about a day zero.
No.
Because rains will come. I'm not saying that enough rains will come, that we're not going to have problems the next summer, but it'll stop them actually, us, the taps actually running out of water.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone just needs to do their parts and hopefully we'll get through this.
The locals in the city and the backpackers and tourists or travelers or vacationers all have a part to play in just being aware, conscious, and responsible for the entire city. Because I've fallen in love with this city. That's why I came back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely want to see the entire city pull through it, and I think they will.
I'm hoping. I'm hopeful now. I mean, we've just in the last week pushed the day zero back by 4 days. So,
yes.
Well done, Cape Town.
Another 96 hours. Yes. Take every minute you can, every hour, every liter of water.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking with me and sharing the local tourism industry point of view on it. And
Pleasure. And thanks for asking. A lot of people are not that worried about it. So thank you.
well, it's a matter of responsibility that when there's a problem, you don't sweep it under the rug. You don't talk about it.
Definitely.
You have to get it discussed. And hopefully, in the future, I strongly hope that Cape Town will absolutely pull through this. There will be a good season of rain in the winter, which would be absolutely perfect. And that hopefully the lessons learned from this, it will have other cities looking at it saying, oh, maybe we should start planning ahead just in case.
Yeah, definitely.
Insurance. I don't ever want to use it, but it's nice to have insurance for when I do need it.
Definitely.
Great. Thank you
Great.
so much, Nolene.
It's a pleasure.
Great. Now, after what you heard from Nolene, the water issue is everyone's responsibility. If not all of us act as responsible as we possibly can in order to save water, then what's the whole damn point? I shower a lot less than what I used to back home, and the showers are extremely short. I'm feeling fresh today though. It's a responsibility just to go and take in everything, but they also have to act incredibly responsibly while traveling through other countries to take into account certain problems that they are facing, and in any way that they can help, they should help, even if it's simple as showering for 25 seconds. If that can make a difference, then you are a responsible traveler, and as you should be. Now, I hope that all of you took away a lesson from this video, or maybe this is new information to you. I highly recommend that you do more research on the topic and get as many people as possible understanding the situation. And as Nolene said in the interview, this is a real life lesson for the rest of the world, that a first world city such as Cape Town is facing a problem that you would never ever guess would ever happen. It is actually facing a serious problem. So hopefully other countries and other cities are looking at the situation and being proactive instead of reactive before it's too late. If you guys enjoy this video, share it with everyone that you possibly can. We want as many people to understand the situation here and to think as proactively and responsibly as possible. Maybe take a lesson home with you of how much water you use. I definitely did a little bit of math in my own head of trying to figure out how much water I used to use back home, and now I look at it in an entirely different perspective. So, as always, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, smash it if it's something that you're into, and share it with your travel friends, share it with anyone who's thinking proactively and responsibly about the environment. And as always, I will see you guys on the next video.